Welcome to Yes You Can, the podcast dedicated to helping you unlock your potential and embrace the power of personal development. I'm thrilled to be your guide today as we delve into the transformative teachings of Jim Rohn, an iconic figure whose wisdom has inspired countless individuals to rise above self-doubt and procrastination. Today, we uncover Rohn's secret to overcoming procrastination, a topic that resonates deeply in our fast-paced world where distractions abound and self-doubt can impede our progress. We'll explore how Jim Rohn's philosophy of self-belief, responsibility, and continuous skill development can serve as a blueprint for constructing a life filled with purposeful action and unwavering confidence. So, whether you're striving to excel in your career, nurture your relationships, or enhance your inner life, join me as we discover how to apply the timeless teachings of Jim Rohn and become the most confident, capable, and unstoppable version of yourself. Let's dive in. We live in a time when our dreams can feel just a fingertip away, yet somehow miles apart. It's odd, isn't it? We have more tools than ever before to chase our goals. Yet, procrastination seems to be spreading like a pandemic. Why do we delay our dreams? Let's dig into this puzzling phenomenon. It's not just about the tasks we don't want to do. It's often about the fear of what happens if we do them. We procrastinate because it feels safer. It's our mind protecting us from potential failure or criticism. But here's the twist: by delaying, we invite the very failure we're avoiding. Consider this: each moment spent procrastinating is a moment lost in pursuing our dreams. It's as if we're holding a treasure map but choosing not to follow it. We're stuck in a cycle of self-doubt and hesitation. It's a comfort zone that's anything but comfortable. We all know how easy it is to fall into this trap. Tomorrow becomes an endless promise we make to ourselves. But tomorrow doesn't bring action, only regret for what wasn't done today. Jim Rohn had a way of cutting through this fog. He taught that procrastination is like a thief, stealing time and opportunity. He believed that the cure is in action, not in waiting for the perfect moment. Because here's the truth: the perfect moment doesn't exist. It's created when we step up and embrace the imperfect now. Let's think about why we procrastinate. Is it fear of failure? Fear of success? Sometimes, it's simply fear of change. Change challenges our understanding of who we are. It forces us to confront the unfamiliar. But change is necessary for growth. Rohn emphasized that change begins when we take personal responsibility. We can't wait for circumstances to be just right. Instead, we can choose to act with the resources we have. Every dream has a starting point. Every achievement begins with the courage to start. Yet, procrastination whispers that we're not ready. It tells us we need more time, more preparation. But Rohn countered this by encouraging us to learn while doing. He knew that action leads to insight and growth. Understanding comes from experience, not just from planning on the sidelines. So, why do we postpone our dreams? It's a question that deserves our honest reflection. It's not a problem to solve overnight but a challenge to overcome daily. We delay because we allow our fears to dictate our actions. But imagine if we flipped that script. Imagine if we confronted those fears and took small, deliberate steps forward. Rohn showed us that this is possible with disciplined action. He encouraged us to break tasks into manageable pieces. By doing this, we transform overwhelming goals into achievable milestones. Procrastination thrives on a lack of clarity and direction. Rohn believed in setting clear goals with deadlines. Goals that inspire action and fuel progress. When our vision is clear, procrastination loses its grip. It's replaced by the momentum of purposeful action. And there's another wrinkle to this: it's not just about us. Procrastination affects the people around us. When we delay, we miss opportunities to impact others positively. We hold back our contributions to the world. Jim Rohn championed the idea of service and contribution. He taught that our dreams aren't solely for personal gain, they're to uplift those around us too. When we act, we create ripples of influence that extend beyond ourselves. Delay robs us of the chance to be a force for good in the world. What can we do today, right this moment, to move closer to our dreams? It doesn't have to be grand. Even small steps can spark monumental change. That's the essence of personal responsibility, owning our actions and our dreams. Rohn's teachings remind us that procrastination is a habit that can be broken. It requires mindfulness, discipline, and a deep belief in the value of our dreams. So, let's tackle this procrastination pandemic. Let's challenge the status quo. Let's rewrite the narrative that holds us back. Because delaying our dreams is denying our potential. And within each of us lies the power to break free. It starts with a decision we can make right now. As we continue this journey together, let's embrace action. Let's commit to moving forward, despite our fears. Because every step we take towards our dreams is a victory over procrastination. And that's the kind of pandemic we can rally behind. So, what's the next step for you? What dream have you been putting off? The time to act is now. Jim Rohn believed in you, now it's your turn to believe in yourself. Keep listening as we explore how we can build that confidence, one step at a time. Jim Rohn, a name you may have heard of if you've ever delved into the world of personal development. He's often referred to as a father figure in this realm, a master at helping people understand the power they hold within themselves. But who exactly was Jim Rohn? Let's explore. Born in the middle of a Great Depression era, Jim's early life was humble, to say the least. Growing up on a farm in Idaho, he lived through the kinds of challenges that foster resilience and grit. Yet, it was these very experiences that shaped his foundational worldview. He believed in hard work, but more importantly, he believed in working smart. Now, what's fascinating about Rohn is his journey from a simple farm boy to becoming a renowned motivational speaker. It wasn't a straight path. In fact, it was full of twists, turns, and setbacks. But through it all, Jim discovered something that would become central to his teachings: the idea of personal responsibility. You see, he realized that waiting for external circumstances to change is a losing game. Instead, Rohn taught that change starts within. It's about taking responsibility for your own life, your own actions, and yes, even your own dreams. He emphasized that our thoughts, our beliefs, and our actions are within our control, and that's where true power lies. Jim Rohn's approach was simple yet profound. He distilled age-old wisdom into actionable advice. Advice like, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. This concept of surrounding yourself with positive influences is crucial. Imagine the impact of your environment on your mindset. It's like soil to a seed. And Rohn understood that to grow, you need fertile ground. Another cornerstone of his philosophy was continuous learning. Lifelong learning, as he called it, wasn't just an idea, it was a lifestyle. He was adamant that the more you learn, the more you earn, not just financially but in terms of self-worth and self-development. And the beauty of learning, Rohn believed, is that it opens doors that you never even knew existed. His teachings were never about quick fixes or overnight success. Instead, he focused on the long game, on consistent, purposeful action. Now Jim wasn't just about theory. He was about real-world application. He shared stories that illustrated how these principles played out in reality. A master storyteller, Jim brought his ideas to life, allowing others to see their own potential in his words. His speeches were inspiring but grounded, always nudging us toward that next step in our journey. Moreover, Jim had a knack for making complex ideas approachable. He broke them down into digestible pieces, so anyone, regardless of their starting point, could follow along. He believed that transformation is possible for everyone. Not only for the chosen few with innate talent, but for anyone willing to put in the work, embrace change, and commit to growth. Jim Rohn was also a mentor to many, including some of today's most successful leaders. His impact is widespread. Names like Tony Robbins often mention him as a pivotal influence in their own journeys. And that's telling. It tells us that real wisdom transcends time. It tells us that Jim's teachings are not bound by the era he lived in but continue to resonate today. Rohn was never about fancy words or convoluted concepts. His brilliance lay in the simplicity of his insights. Insights that cut through the noise and speak directly to the heart. He urged us to define our own success. In his view, success is not a one-size-fits-all. It's deeply personal, a reflection of individual desires and goals. Jim encouraged everyone to start with where they are and work with what they've got. He didn't promise magic solutions but rather a realistic pathway toward improvement. And while he focused on self-enhancement, he never overlooked the importance of contributing to others. He navigated the delicate balance between self-interest and altruism seamlessly. His message? Be the best you can be, and in doing so, lift others up as well. It's about creating a ripple effect through personal growth. Through all his speeches and writings, one thing stands out: Jim Rohn understood human nature. He understood the fears, the aspirations, the procrastinations. And he tackled these head-on, with compassion and clarity. His legacy isn't just in what he taught, but how he taught it. He had a genuine belief in the potential of each individual. Jim saw potential where others might see obstacles. And he empowered his audience to do the same. So, understanding Jim Rohn isn't just about knowing his biography or quoting his famous lines. It's about embracing his ethos, internalizing his wisdom, and applying it to our own lives. He's a mentor who transcends time, speaking directly to the core of what it means to be human. Jim Rohn's teachings continue to impact lives because they resonate with the fundamental truths of growth and change. And these truths hold the key to unlocking our own potential. Through his words, we can find the courage to face procrastination, the courage to overcome self-doubt, and the wisdom to embrace the personal responsibility that drives us toward our dreams. Jim Rohn offers us a roadmap. A roadmap to becoming the best version of ourselves. To living life with purpose, clarity, and unwavering confidence. And that journey starts with understanding who he was and what he stood for. So, as we delve deeper into his teachings, let's keep in mind that Jim's legacy is more than motivation. It's about transformation. It's about igniting the spark within us all. The spark that propels us toward a life well lived. A life where we not only dream but act. And where our actions reflect our innermost beliefs, guided by wisdom that spans generations. Jim Rohn, a beacon of personal development, urging us to rise, to learn, and most importantly, to believe in ourselves. Through his teachings, we continue the journey. Each step forward is a testament to his enduring influence. And it's a journey worth taking. For in understanding Jim Rohn, we come to understand a part of ourselves. A part that yearns for growth, impact, and fulfillment. And with that understanding, we begin to see the path that lies ahead. A path illuminated by his timeless wisdom. Self-doubt is like a shadow that follows us around, often dictating our actions without us even realizing it. But what if we could transform that shadow into a source of light and strength? Jim Rohn believed that the journey from self-doubt to self-belief begins within. It's not just a switch you flip, it's a gradual process, an unfolding. Imagine self-belief as a muscle you build over time. It starts with small steps. Every decision you make in favor of your own strengths is like a rep for that muscle. Jim often talked about the importance of self-awareness. You need to understand where your self-doubt comes from. Is it past failures, criticisms, or maybe fear of the unknown? Identifying these roots helps in addressing them effectively. Rohn suggested a powerful exercise, self-reflection. Take some time each day to journal. Write about the thoughts that hold you back. Then, challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or, what if the opposite is true? This practice unveils the little lies that self-doubt tells us. And once you see them, you can start to dismantle them. Another critical part of this inner journey is visualization. Jim Rohn often spoke about the power of envisioning your future self. Picture yourself succeeding, feeling confident, and overcoming challenges. Visualization isn't about fantasy. It's about setting a mental blueprint for your reality. Your mind starts to align your actions with this positive, confident image. This shift in mindset changes how you approach your goals. Next, consider your inner dialogue. How do you speak to yourself during tough times? Rohn emphasized the importance of positive reinforcement. Treat yourself like you would a close friend. Encourage yourself, push yourself, and be patient. The words we use have immense power over our feelings and actions. So, choose words that uplift and empower. Now, let's talk about the circle of influence. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Look around. Are the people in your life supportive and inspiring? Or do they feed your doubts and fears? Surrounding yourself with positive and successful people can be transformative. Their self-belief, habits, and attitudes rub off on you. You become more confident by association. Another key aspect is setting achievable goals. Set small, realistic goals that you can accomplish. Each goal you achieve boosts your confidence a little more. Rohn often used the analogy of a staircase. You don't leap to the top. You take it one step at a time. Celebrate each step. Even the small victories matter. They are proof that you are capable and progressing. Remember, this journey isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. There will be setbacks. But these are just part of the process. Rohn's teachings remind us that failure is not the opposite of success, it's a part of it. With each mistake, you gain experience and resilience. Learn from these experiences. They are invaluable lessons on this path from self-doubt to self-belief. Consistency is another cornerstone of this journey. Practice self-care and build routines that reinforce your self-worth. Healthy habits like exercise, proper nutrition, and mindfulness fuel your mind and body. They create a strong foundation for confidence to grow. Finally, never underestimate the power of gratitude. Focusing on what you're grateful for shifts attention from what's missing to what's present. Rohn believed that gratitude attracts more positive experiences into your life. It opens your eyes to the possibilities around you. Suddenly, self-doubt fades away, and self-belief shines through. Each of these aspects forms a part of the mosaic that is self-belief. It's a journey, an evolution. And like any journey, the more you invest in it, the more rewarding it becomes. In the end, this inner transformation empowers you to take on challenges with renewed vigor. You're not just living life, you're thriving with confidence. And isn't that the ultimate destination we all seek? You know, when it comes to procrastination, there's a vital ingredient that often gets overlooked: personal responsibility. It may sound daunting, but it's actually liberating once you get the hang of it. Think of personal responsibility as the backbone of action. It's the secret sauce that transforms intention into execution. Jim Rohn was a huge advocate for this concept. He believed that taking ownership of your actions is the first step toward overcoming procrastination. Why? Because it puts the control back into your hands, where it belongs. When you own your decisions and their outcomes, you empower yourself to make changes. It's like shifting from being a passenger in your life to being the driver. You're steering the wheel, choosing the direction. This sense of control is crucial in building confidence and battling procrastination. Imagine waking up each day and knowing that your choices shape your reality. That's a game changer, right? It's not just about owning your successes, it's about owning your failures too. Jim Rohn said it best: if you don't like how things are, change it. It's like acknowledging that you hold the paintbrush to your life's canvas. You may not choose the colors life hands you, but you sure can paint whatever picture you desire. Personal responsibility means stepping up to the plate, even when the odds seem against you. It's about facing challenges head-on instead of sidestepping them. You might stumble, but every stumble is a stepping stone toward growth. By embracing responsibility, you refine your focus and begin to act with intention. It's the key to transforming daydreams into concrete realities. Make decisions that propel you forward, not ones that keep you stagnant. It's easy to blame external factors for procrastination, right? But when you take responsibility, you shift the narrative. Suddenly, instead of saying, "I'll do it when I have time," you say, "I'll make time for this." That simple shift in language reflects a deeper shift in mindset. It's empowering, because it means you trust yourself to handle whatever comes your way. Taking responsibility also means setting realistic goals. Goals that challenge but don't overwhelm. It's about creating a roadmap that guides you, step by step. Rohn taught that with responsibility comes a deep, internal trust. You start believing in your ability to create the life you envision. And that belief is a powerful motivator against procrastination. Responsibility doesn't mean you have to do everything alone. It's about recognizing when you need help and seeking it out. It's empowering to say, "I don't have all the answers, but I'm responsible for finding them." And when you achieve something, own it completely. Celebrate the wins, however small they may be. Acknowledge that you didn't just let life happen to you, you made it happen. Personal responsibility is the cornerstone of building the confidence to take action. It's the difference between wishing for a different life and actively creating one. The next time you feel procrastination creeping in, ask yourself, what can I take responsibility for right now? What's one small thing you can do today to move closer to your goal? Maybe it's setting aside 15 minutes to start that project you've been avoiding. Or perhaps it's finally making that call that's been on your to-do list forever. These actions, however small, are powerful forms of taking responsibility. Remember, each choice you make builds a foundation for your future. Rohn knew that personal responsibility was the first step to living a life of purpose. It's about saying yes to your potential and committing to the journey. With every decision, you're declaring, "I am responsible for my destiny." You're no longer waiting for the perfect moment, you're creating it. And that, right there, is how you begin to defeat procrastination and embrace action. Taking responsibility empowers you to live with intention and confidence. It's the key that opens the door to a life filled with personal growth and fulfillment. So, let's harness this power and make it the driving force to achieve your dreams. Because you've got this, and it's time to own your path forward. Let's think about building confidence through skill development. Imagine confidence as a house. The foundation? That's your skills. And each skill you learn is like laying another brick. But remember, this process is personal. It's not about becoming a master overnight. Instead, it's about taking one small step at a time. Rohn often talked about this. He believed in the power of incremental improvement. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Sounds simple, right? Yet, we often overlook this simplicity. When we focus on developing skills, we gain something tangible. Skills give us a sense of accomplishment. They're proof that we're capable. And the beauty of skill building? It's universal. Whether you're learning to cook, code, or communicate better, every skill adds a layer to your confidence. It's about commitment. Consistently showing up and doing the work. Rohn would say, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Yes, every day. Small efforts, over time, lead to big changes. And with each skill you pick up, you're a step closer to the best version of yourself. But here's a secret. Skill development isn't just about the skills. It's about embracing the journey. The ups and downs, the triumphs and failures. Failures, you ask? Yes, because they're the best teachers. They show us what didn't work. And they push us to find what does. So, don't fear making mistakes. Instead, use them as stepping stones. Remember, even the masters started as beginners. Rohn emphasized that learning is a lifelong journey. He encouraged curiosity and the desire to grow. So, let's get practical. How can you start building your skills today? First, identify what you want to learn. What excites you? What could benefit your personal or professional life? Once you've got that, set a small, achievable goal. Something you can work towards each day. Consistency, not intensity, is key here. Even if you devote just 15 minutes a day, it counts. Next, seek resources. Books, online courses, mentors. There are endless tools at your disposal. Find what works best for you and dive in. Rohn believed in reading and studying the best. He famously said, "Formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune." And fortune here isn't just money. It's a wealth of knowledge and confidence. As you learn, practice. Put your new skills into action. Experiment, tweak, and refine. And don't forget to reflect on your progress. Celebrate the small wins. Acknowledge how far you've come. This builds motivation and momentum. And remember, skill development isn't a solo act. Connect with others who share your interests. Collaborate, ask questions, and share insights. Communities can offer support and new perspectives. Jim Rohn often said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Surround yourself with those who inspire growth. In essence, skill development is transformative. It builds confidence one step at a time. And with each step, you're reaffirming your belief in yourself. So, what skill will you start building today? More than a choice, it's a commitment to your growth. And that commitment is what builds true confidence. Alright, let's dive into the practical side of beating procrastination. We've explored the theory, now it's time to put it into action every day. Procrastination often creeps in because of our habits. So, let's talk about daily habits that can help kick it to the curb. First up, start with a morning ritual. Mornings set the tone for your entire day. Jim Rohn always emphasized the importance of starting strong. Whether it's a moment of meditation, a quick workout, or just sipping your coffee while journaling, find a ritual that energizes you. This ritual doesn't have to be lengthy, just consistent. It creates a sense of accomplishment that propels you forward. Next, tackle the toughest task first. This is often referred to as eating the frog. If there's something you've been dreading, do it right away. The relief and momentum you gain is unbeatable. But don't overthink it, just dive in. Remember, momentum is your friend here. Then, there's the power of setting micro goals. Big projects can feel overwhelming, right? Break them down into bite-sized tasks. Write them down and check them off one by one. Each small win fuels motivation and chips away at procrastination. Let's talk about time blocking. Dedicate specific chunks of time to focused work. During these blocks, eliminate distractions. Turn off notifications, close unnecessary tabs, and let people know you're in focus mode. These time blocks create a sense of urgency and help maintain concentration. The next habit is reflection and review. At the end of your day, take a few minutes to reflect on what you've accomplished. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Reflecting daily keeps you aligned with your goals and acknowledges progress. Let's not forget about the environment. Your environment significantly impacts your productivity. Keep your workspace organized and free of clutter. An organized space leads to an organized mind, reducing excuses to procrastinate. Another powerful habit is accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust. This could be a friend, family member, or mentor. When others know what you're striving for, it adds an extra layer of motivation to stay on track. Fuel your body and mind. Eating well and staying hydrated keeps your energy levels up. Regular exercise not only boosts your mood but also enhances focus. Your physical state affects your mental state, so take care of both. We can't ignore the importance of rest. Scheduled breaks prevent burnout and keep your mind fresh. Jim Rohn always highlighted balance. Work hard, but also rest and recharge. Knowing when to step back is crucial in maintaining productivity. Embrace imperfection. Procrastination often stems from a fear of not doing things perfectly. Accept that done is better than perfect. Taking action, even imperfect action, is key to progress. Finally, remind yourself of your why. Why is defeating procrastination important to you? Having a clear purpose fuels persistence. Write it down and keep it visible. When motivation wanes, reminding yourself of your purpose can reignite the fire. To sum up, these daily habits, when practiced consistently, can create a powerful defense against procrastination. It's about crafting a routine that aligns with your goals and keeps you moving forward. Remember, building confidence and defeating procrastination is a process. Each step, no matter how small, is progress in the right direction. Stay committed, be kind to yourself, and watch as these habits transform your journey. Alright, let's dive right into the heart of what it means to shift your mindset toward creating unbreakable self-belief. Now, imagine for a moment what it would be like to wake up every day with the certainty that you're on the right path. You might be wondering, how do I get there? Let's start with understanding what mindset really is. It's the lens through which you see and interpret the world. Rohn taught us that our mindset is like a garden. If you nurture it with positive thoughts and beliefs, it flourishes. But if you let weeds of self-doubt and negativity grow, they'll overtake the garden. The first step to creating unbreakable self-belief is recognizing the weeds. Self-doubt often whispers things like, "You're not good enough," or "You'll never achieve that." These thoughts can be sneaky, showing up when you least expect them. But here's the catch, self-belief is about recognizing these thoughts and challenging them. Rohn would say, "Don't buy the things you don't want." And the same goes for thoughts that don't serve you. Instead, plant thoughts that encourage you. For example, replace "I can't do this" with "I'm learning how to do this." This simple shift transforms your mindset from limitation to possibility. It's important to remember that changing your mindset isn't a one-time event. It's a daily practice. Think about athletes, they train consistently to improve their skills. Similarly, training your mind requires consistent effort. Start by setting small, achievable goals every day. When you meet these goals, your confidence grows. And as your confidence builds, so does your self-belief. Every small victory becomes a building block in the foundation of your unbreakable self-belief. Now, let's talk about resilience. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from setbacks. Rohn often emphasized that success is not about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it and moving forward. Failure is simply part of the journey. When you face challenges, instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" This mindset turns obstacles into opportunities for growth. Remember, developing an unbreakable self-belief is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about trusting yourself enough to take the next step, even when it's scary. And it's about knowing that every step you take is leading you to your ultimate goals. Rohn believed that the greatest power we have is the ability to choose. Choose how you respond to life's challenges. Choose to speak kindly to yourself. And choose to believe in your potential. When you harness the power of choice, you take control of your narrative. This act of choosing is foundational to developing an unbreakable self-belief. So, what's the secret to shifting your mindset? It's deciding to be the person who believes in themselves. It's waking up each day with the intention to nurture your self-belief. And it's surrounding yourself with people and influences that uplift and inspire you. Because the company you keep can either strengthen or weaken your mindset. Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." So, choose wisely. Seek mentors, friends, and influences that encourage growth and positivity. As you consistently shift your mindset with these practices, self-belief becomes a natural part of who you are. You'll find that your inner dialogue changes. You'll hear less of "I can't" and more of "I will." And this transformation leads to a powerful realization. The realization that you are capable of achieving your dreams. That the only limits you face are the ones you place on yourself. So, nurture your mindset every day. Challenge those self-doubts. And celebrate the progress you make, no matter how small. Because each step forward is a testament to your unbreakable self-belief. And remember, this journey is uniquely yours. So embrace it with confidence. As you continue to shift your mindset, you're not just building self-belief. You're unlocking the incredible potential within you. And with this mindset, there's truly no limit to what you can achieve. As we wrap up this section, take a moment to reflect. What mindset shifts will you make today? How will you choose to strengthen your self-belief? Because in the end, the power to create unbreakable self-belief is all yours. Go ahead, embrace it. And watch as your life transforms in beautiful and unexpected ways. You know, hearing theories and philosophies is one thing. But witnessing them in action, that's truly where the magic happens. So today, I want to share real stories of people who took Jim Rohn's teachings and transformed their lives. These stories are not just inspiring, they're a testament to how these principles work when you embrace them fully. Let's start with Sarah. A graphic designer who felt trapped in her career, overwhelmed by looming deadlines and constant self-doubt. She stumbled upon Jim Rohn's idea of personal responsibility and decided it was time for a change. Instead of blaming external factors, she began to focus on what she could do every day. She set small, achievable goals, and slowly, her confidence grew. Today, Sarah runs her own successful design agency, creating art that truly speaks to her and her clients. Sarah's story shows how taking responsibility can shift your perspective and open new doors. Then there's Mark, a college dropout whose life seemed stuck in a loop of procrastination. Inspired by the concept of building unbreakable self-belief, Mark started cultivating daily habits that nourished his mind. He began reading extensively, setting aside time each morning for learning, a practice Rohn deeply valued. This continuous skill development helped Mark find clarity and direction. Now, he's a respected software developer, known for his innovative solutions. Mark's journey highlights how investing in your skills can lead you to unforeseen success. Let's talk about Lisa, who had a strained relationship with her family. She felt disconnected and insecure. Rohn's teachings encouraged her to face her fears and take proactive steps towards improving her relationships. She applied the idea of purposeful action, reaching out to her family with compassion and openness. Over time, these efforts rebuilt trust and connection. Today, Lisa stands as a pillar of strength within her family, proving that deliberate action can mend and strengthen bonds. We have David, who faced the daunting challenge of transforming his health. Jim Rohn's emphasis on the power of daily habits struck a chord with him. So, David committed to small, consistent changes, a healthier diet, regular exercise, and mindfulness practices. His transformation didn't happen overnight, but every tiny act compounded over months. David now enjoys a vibrant, energetic lifestyle, a testament to how incremental changes can lead to significant life improvements. And finally, there's Ella, an entrepreneur whose business dreams were clouded by fear of failure. She struggled with self-belief, thinking others were more capable. But embracing Rohn's mindset shift, believing in oneself, was pivotal. Ella started attending seminars, connecting with mentors, and implementing what she learned. Her business didn't just survive, it flourished. Ella's story underscores the importance of connecting with supportive communities and investing in personal growth. Each of these individuals faced different challenges, yet they all found strength in Rohn's teachings. These real-life transformations remind us that no obstacle is too big if we commit to change. The stories share a common thread: taking action, embracing responsibility, nurturing skills, and shifting mindsets. They're powerful examples of how turning philosophy into practice can lead to a confident, fulfilled life. Remember, the next chapter in your life can be written with the same principles. It's about harnessing your inner power and translating it into purposeful action. Whether it's career, relationships, or personal growth, these teachings offer a blueprint. The stories of Sarah, Mark, Lisa, David, and Ella show us it's never too late to transform our lives. With dedication, resilience, and a shift in mindset, you too can unlock the strength within and forge a path forward you're proud of. Jim Rohn's philosophy is like the classic wisdom that never really fades away. You know, it's kind of amazing how his teachings continue to show up in our lives today. Even though the world has changed so much since he started, his ideas remain relevant. Why? Because they're all about universal principles. He talks about things that are part of the human experience. Stuff like personal responsibility, self-belief, and continuous improvement. These are timeless concepts that don't rely on technology or trends. They're all about what's inside us. Take personal responsibility, for example. In today's world, it can feel overwhelming with everything that's happening around us. There's so much noise, so many distractions. Rohn's emphasis on taking charge of your own life is empowering. It reminds us that, despite all the chaos, we have control over our choices. We can decide how we react, what we pursue, and who we become. And then there's the idea of self-belief. In the fast-paced, social media-driven environment we're living in, self-doubt can creep in easily. It's like every scroll brings a comparison that chips away at our confidence. But Rohn taught that self-belief isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's something you build. Brick by brick, day by day. His philosophy encourages us to invest in ourselves. To develop skills, learn something new, and grow as individuals. And that leads us to skill development. In a time where jobs are evolving and industries are shifting, constantly learning is crucial. Rohn believed that building skills was key to building confidence. When you know more, you can do more, and you feel more capable. That's why his teachings on skill development are so powerful. They remind us that we have the potential to adapt and thrive. Now, let's think about his ideas on mindset. Jim Rohn was all about transforming your mindset as a pathway to transforming your life. He believed that the way we think directly impacts the results we get. In a world where mental health has become a major focus, his insights are invaluable. They help us see how a positive mindset isn't just motivational speak. It's a tool for real change. And it's not just about thinking positively. It's about believing in your ability to make positive things happen. Finally, consider his concept of purposeful action. The world moves fast, and it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind. Rohn's teachings remind us to slow down and act with intention. To make choices that align with our values and goals. Purposeful action is about clarity. It's about knowing what you want and moving towards it deliberately. In the end, what makes Jim Rohn's philosophy resonate today is its simplicity. He didn't offer shortcuts or magic tricks. What he did offer was a framework for living a fulfilled life. His teachings are like a guidebook that helps us navigate the complexities of modern life. They encourage us to look inward and cultivate the best version of ourselves. Rohn's wisdom reminds us that, while the world changes, the fundamentals of personal growth remain the same. And those fundamentals are what help us become confident, capable, and unstoppable. As we reflect on his teachings, we see how they continue to guide us in our journeys today. They are a testament to the power of timeless wisdom in a constantly changing world. Alright, friends, it's time to take all this wisdom and turn it into action. Jim Rohn taught us that knowledge is power, but only when it's applied. We've journeyed through understanding procrastination, self-doubt, and personal responsibility. Now, it's your turn to put these insights into practice. Imagine stepping into each day with a sense of purpose and clarity. That's what happens when you embrace purposeful action. Let's talk about what that looks like. Start by setting clear, actionable goals for yourself. Not just big dreams, but smaller, manageable steps that lead you there. These steps create momentum, a rhythm to your life. Think of it as building a staircase, each step a new skill, a new achievement. Take responsibility for each day, each decision. This is about ownership, really owning your choices and actions. And here's the secret: consistency is your best friend. Take small steps every day, yes, even when you don't feel like it. Remember, this is about building a habit, a new normal. Make your actions align with your values, what truly matters to you. This alignment is crucial for confidence. When your actions reflect your inner values, it's like fuel for your self-belief. And don't forget to celebrate your wins, no matter how small. Each victory is a step toward becoming the best version of yourself. Reflect on these wins, let them remind you of your progress. Now, let's talk about surrounding yourself with the right people. Find those who lift you up, who challenge and inspire you. Community is powerful, it can amplify your own confidence. Share your journey with them, exchange wisdom and support. When you're surrounded by positivity, your own self-belief grows. Next, keep learning, keep growing. Continue developing your skills, expanding your knowledge. This growth fuels your sense of capability, your calm confidence. Remember, becoming unstoppable is a lifelong journey, not a destination. So, each day, aim to be better than you were yesterday. Finally, trust yourself, trust the process. You're capable of more than you know. So, take that leap of faith, act with purpose, and watch your confidence soar. Rohn showed us how, and now it's your turn. Live your life with intent, with action, with unwavering self-belief. Embrace this journey, and move forward with purpose. Are you ready to make this commitment to yourself? Take a deep breath, step forward, and begin. Remember, confidence is built one action at a time. Thank you for being part of this transformative conversation. Let's turn this knowledge into a confident life, together.